What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's YouTube video. We got a full day of eating. Gonna be somewhere in that 27 to 2,800 calorie range. Give or take a couple hundred calories. Not gonna be perfect, but during this building phase, that is the goal, and that's kind of what's been seeing my weight creep up right around, I don't know, like only probably 0.2 to 0.3 pounds per week. So a slow rate of weight gain, but exactly what we're aiming for. This morning, starting things off with just a protein bar. So this is the Transparent Labs grass-fed. This is the peanut butter and chocolate one. It tastes like a candy bar, and I love waking up to eating this. So this comes out to be 280 calories. It is 16 grams of fat, 23 grams of carbs, and 15 grams of protein. So this is honestly just like basically the first thing I eat when I wake up, just because I don't want to take my, let's see here, my multivitamin stuff on a completely empty stomach. So I'll have that. I'll take my multivitamins, which is also krill oil. I'll chug some water. That's pretty much the first thing I do in the morning. And then when it gets closer to the actual time when I go to work out, then I'll actually have my pre-workout snack of the rice cakes, peanut butter, and banana. So yes, gonna have the protein bar, just did a cold plunge, can go probably walk on the treadmill inside for a little bit just to warm the body up, get moving, do some work, and then I'll see you guys at the pre-workout snack. Did a little walk on the treadmill, knocked out some check-ins, and now it's time for our pre-workout snack. Here we've got our rice cakes, banana, and peanut butter, and this is like one of those things where I don't know if this will ever change. It is so good. Of course, eventually it will. But like, I look forward to this every single pre-workout or every single time before my workout. It is 2 chocolate rice cakes, 10 grams of peanut butter per rice cake, and then 1 banana cut up on top. Energy drink of choice, we're going with the Rain. This also is so good. If you liked rainbow sherbet, you can see there, it's a rainbow sherbet is the flavor. If you liked rainbow sherbet ice cream as a kid, this is rainbow sherbet ice cream melted. That's exactly what it tastes like, a little bit of carbonation in there. And that is our pre-workout meal. I do have the macros for this real quick. So actually, I'm not really like having this whole day planned out, but I am tracking as I go for you guys. So this is 344 calories. It is 50 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and 8 grams of protein. Carbs before a workout, that's the key there. We'll come back and have another carb-heavy meal. That's actually meal prep. So I did a couple meal preps because I'm doing a lot of recipe testing for a new cookbook launch in 2026. So I'll show you guys that meal and the macros and everything. But yeah, that is the pre-workout meal, pre-workout caffeine, and I will go ahead and see you guys at the post-workout meal. Just made back from the gym, and we are going ahead and heating up our post-workout meal. So doing a lot of recipe experimentation right now with the cookbook launch in 2026. So I will say, honestly, this may sound weird, but like, don't buy my cookbook now. Wait until it relaunches. I'm gonna have so much bonus information. It's gonna be a lifetime access to every single recipe I make for the rest of my life. My goal is at least 1 or 2 recipes for all of 2026, as far as like 1 or 2 recipes per week. So there's gonna be a lot of major upgrades, as well as kind of giving you guys like actually how to use the cookbook, right? Not just recipes, but how do you actually use it to lose weight? So I'm super excited. Been a long work in progress. Got a couple more months until that's launching. So just wait, hold off on that. But just to show you guys kind of what we're working with. As far as like you guys can see here, we've got like meal prep, that's another recipe, that's a 3rd recipe. I think it's a 4th one down there, that's Katie's salad, but like, yeah, we got like 4 recipes in there. So doing a lot of experimentation right now. And this 100%, the one I'm about to eat, is going in the cookbook. Like, it is an absolute winner. It tastes amazing. The macros are great. I'll show you guys those in a second. Also, when you do reheat it, throw a damp paper towel over your meals. It makes it so much better. I feel like it keeps a little bit more of the moisture, doesn't dry it out. So yeah, I'll show you guys the final product and go over the macros in a split second. So we got 37 seconds left in the microwave. And here is our meal reheated. This is what I'm calling my sun-dried tomato and chicken pasta. It was made on the crock pot, so super simple. Just like, maybe 5 minutes of prep time, and then just let it cook in the slow cooker. So that's super nice. And then also we have some grapes for some more micronutrients. But yeah, as far as some recipes going forward, my goal is to make these as like, honestly, as stupid simple as possible, right? I wanna make sure that we keep things simple. So those recipes you actually want to eat and want to use, right? Because you see these recipes of like, I don't know, 20 plus ingredients, overcomplicated the hell out of it. I'm like, yeah, it looks good, but I will never make that, right? I have the best intentions, but I know myself. I will not make something if it takes more than maybe, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes of prep time, and then more than like, I don't know, maybe 10 ingredients, right? I get overwhelmed. I'm like, it might taste good, but I don't have the time for that, right? There are very few people that have the time for that. So I'm trying to make every recipe batch cooked, so you get a couple meals out of it, as well as, of course, high protein, lower calorie, and just super simple to make, right? There might still be maybe like, I don't know, 10% that are single ingredients, or sorry, single serving, but everything I wanna make is like probably 5 to 8 servings. So you have meal prep for the week, you cook once, you have a bunch of meals. So that is the goal with the cookbook, or the cookbook updates, all the new recipes I'm trying out, and this one is 100% a winner and going in. So let me go ahead, I'll read the macros for you guys. I mean, every like meal I make is I'm trying to keep it probably around like 500 to 600 calories and 50-ish grams of protein. This one right here, let's see. So, okay, well, I actually add the grapes in. So let's see. Yeah, with the grapes, it ends up coming out to be 801 calories, 90 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fat, and 62 grams of protein. The grapes are, looks like about 160, about 170 calories. So without the grapes, I mean, we're pretty much right around like what, 620 calories and 60 grams of protein. So that's kind of like the meal without it. And of course, in the cookbook, I also have options like increase or decrease calories, things like that too. Like I said, wait on it. I'm having a big announcement come January 1 of 2026 with a whole new additions as well as updates. So just, yeah, wait on that. In the meantime, I'm gonna do some more recipe, obviously testing over the next several months, add even more. And of course, like I said, at least 1 to 2 new recipes a week for all of 2026. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna dig in. I'll see you guys in the next meal. Got a protein shake going down, 4 simple ingredients, frozen banana, peanut butter, almond milk, and protein powder. So frozen bananas, always gonna have those on deck. I will say this makes a huge difference. If you don't have a frozen banana, it's not gonna taste the same. It has to be frozen. So 1 frozen banana goes in. I swear I still need to get a bigger glass of this. I'll go with about 1 cup of almond milk. I kind of just eyeball it until it kind of gets up to about the height of the bananas, something like that. We have Margot waiting for her peanut butter. So peanut butter, I don't really measure that out. I mean, honestly, like, what is that? Maybe half, like 1 tablespoon, half of a tablespoon, not very much. Goes in there, just enough for a little bit of flavoring. I'll even leave a little bit for Margot. All right, let's see. Margot, can you shake? Thank you. Spin. Yes, waiting. There you go. She just
Am I supposed to eat it?
She just straight up eats it. There you go. Oh yeah, yummy, yummy metal.
You're so sweet, Mama.
So Mark gets some peanut butter. Then we'll come back to the protein shake. Going with the dark chocolate. So this is Transparent Labs. Also, at the same time, I do take my creatine, but this I just take with some water. I don't add this in. But Transparent Labs, going 2 scoops of their dark chocolate. Tap that down. Add that in. And this thing ends up being, I'll throw the macros on the screen, but it's like gonna be like 60 grams of protein for like 300 and something calories. Tap that in, on, and blend it. And just like that, you have your protein shake, easy 4 ingredients, and it tastes amazing. I've been having one of these for, when did you first show me this? Like
last year.
About a year, maybe a year and a half ago. And I've pretty much had just about 1 every single day since then. So yeah, macros, calories, protein, all that stuff will be on the screen. I'm pretty sure it's like 60 grams of protein. So insane, big protein bomb. Now we're gonna take Margo on a walk. See you guys at dinner. Should try to lick the screen. Also, last thing, code Perez gets you 10% off all Transparent Labs products. I've been using them for, gosh, probably 5 years, partnered with them for 3. The best protein in the game, third-party tested, clean, high protein. Their isolate, dark chocolate is the go-to. Calories, but drinking a Fresca as we do some work, editing Fresca. Time for dinner, our final meal of the day. Also have dessert here in a second, but just don't want to pull the freezer, otherwise it's gonna melt. But we have our final meal here, Jesus. And this is actually kind of similar to the other meal. So this is actually orzo, chicken sausage, and a creamy sauce. So there's like a little bit of, I know it's a little bit cream cheese. There's some chicken stock in there, spinach, a bunch of bell peppers and onions. So we're kind of sneaking in the vegetables, right? So you can see the spinach, the bell peppers. Sneaking in vegetables is key. That's pretty much how I get majority of them. Sometimes I'm on the side. If I can make them into the dish, it's that much easier to consume them. And we're having 2 sun gold kiwis as well on the side. Those are always delicious and a nice little bit of sweetness added in too. So this meal right here, I'll read off the macros for you guys in 1 second. I just calculated those. So this is another meal prep recipe. This one needs some tweaking. Just kind of want to get the protein up a little bit more. So I think honestly the easiest thing is just going to add more chicken sausage to the recipe, and that should help. But this meal right here comes out to be, let's see, 689 calories. It is 52 grams of carbs, 35 grams of fat, and then 42 grams of protein. It's actually not too bad, a little bit on the lower end, but obviously the kiwis are just carbs. They have no protein in them. But I like to try to get the protein up a little bit higher. But at the same time, like, if I'm bulking like I am now, I can definitely get away with it, especially if I like a more of a protein-centered breakfast or lunch. So yeah, I think I just need to add a little bit more chicken sausage into the chicken sausage into the recipe. Sorry, I feel like that's really close. Maybe not. As well as maybe reduce the orzo a little bit. That'll bring the carbs down, which will bring the calories down. So this recipe is not complete. The one at lunch is definitely, I mean, that's a winner every day of the week. But this one, I may need to do a little bit of tweaking for before it actually goes in the cookbook. Yeah, I'll show you guys dessert here in a second. Hello, Stink. Look how cute you're sitting. Margaret just had her dinner as well. Clean plate club every night. And for dessert, let me go ahead, I need to flip that around. There we go. For dessert, we're having an Oreo bar. So these are the bars in question, these Oreo bars. They are amazing. If you have not tried one, I cannot recommend this enough. I discovered these on a cheat day, probably honestly like almost going on back like 2 years ago now. And yeah, I just kind of added them back into my kind of like dessert rotation. As you can see there, only 180 calories per bar. So the macros for this, 180 calories, 9 grams of fat, 22 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of protein. So this is not a protein dessert by any means. This is I guess you would call it like basic or normal dessert in the sense it's like not protein, it's not special. It does have a little bit of sugar in there, but for 180 calories when I'm eating like 2,800, it's completely fine. So yeah, went ahead and added that meal, excuse me, add the dessert into our full day of eating. And our full day of eating comes out to be 2,787 calories, is 291 grams of carbs, 107 grams of fat, and then 193 grams of protein. So protein smash, once again, I weigh like 166 pounds. So more than enough protein, but I typically eat a higher protein diet because it helps me stay full and satiated. And then carbs and fats, I kind of let those fall where they may, just depending on like the meals. But I think in general, I do think I want to kind of slowly transition to a little bit lower protein because right now it's in my head of like, I've been told like more protein my entire life. And I'm actually starting to realize like most of the scientific literature says like if you're getting 1 gram per pound of lean body weight, which is like just the muscle on your frame, not the body fat, like I could probably get away with like honestly like 140, 150 grams of protein. I do like the insurance policy. I do like protein foods. I do like staying full and satiated, but during a building phase, I could probably get away with way more carbs, a little bit less fats and protein. And then yeah, during a cut, maybe I do prioritize protein, increase that a little bit. So I've been kind of, playing around with that as well. But honestly, just like the way I eat when I do my recipe testing for you guys for like the low calorie, high protein meals, my diet kind of naturally increases in protein, decreases in carbs and fats. I can definitely add some more stuff like obviously pastas, the rice cakes, bananas, more fruits, all that kind of good stuff. I'm still getting 300 grams of carbs. Don't get me wrong. I'm still eating plenty of carbs, but just the ratio, I could probably get a little more carbs, a little more carbs in general and decrease the fats and protein a touch. But like I said, I'm not overly worried about it. If I hit my protein minimums, if I stay under my calorie maximums, we're in a good spot. Of course, focus on quality food. So that'll be wrapping the video. That is a full day of eating. I will say the fat loss phase starts December 1st. So be sure to check that out. I'll probably be more so in like the 16 to 2,200 calorie range, posting videos around that, full days of eating. So you guys get some ideas if you're looking to lose weight come the new year. But yeah, we're going to sign off for now. Margaret, you have anything to say? I don't know, she's sniffing around for something, but I'm gonna take her on a W and then, yeah, wrap up the day. Katie just went to after hours, so she's working late tonight. Yeah, without further ado, I'll wrap things up here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys next time. Peace.